a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Pharrell Williams. Pharrell Lanscilo Williams is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and film producer. Williams and Chad Hugo comprise the record production duo The Neptunes, producing soul, hip-hop and R&B music. He is the lead vocalist and drummer of the rock-funk hip-hop band Nerd, that he formed with Hugo and childhood friend, Shay Haley. He released his first single, Frontin, in 2003 and followed up with his debut solo album, In My Mind in 2006. His second album, Girl, was released on March 3, 2014. This album was preceded by the commercially successful single, Happy. As part of the Neptunes, Williams has produced numerous hit singles for various recording artists. Williams owns a media venture that encompasses entertainment, music, fashion, and art called I Am Other, a multimedia creative collective and record label that serves as an umbrella for all of Pharrell Williams' endeavors, including Billionaire Boys Club. Williams has earned 10 Grammy Awards, including 2 with the Neptunes. He is also a 2-time Academy Award nominee, receiving a 2014 Best Original Song nomination from Happy, and a 2017 Best Picture nomination as one of the producers of Hidden Figures. Early life. Williams was born on April 5, 1973, in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the oldest of 3 sons of Williams, a handyman, and his wife Carolyn, a teacher. His roots extend for generations in Virginia and North Carolina, and one of his ancestors journeyed to West Africa in 1831, prompting other relatives to emigrate from America to Liberia in 1832. He met Chad Hugo in a 7th grade summer band camp where Williams played the keyboards and drums and Hugo played tenor saxophone. They were also both members of a marching band. Williams played the snare drum while Hugo was drum major. Williams and Hugo attended Princess Anne High School where he played in the school band. There Pharrell got the name Skateboard P. Hugo attended Campsville High School. In the MTV show When I Was 17, Pharrell stated that he was a nerd, and often did things that made him stand out from most of his peers. In the early 1990s, Hugo and Williams formed a 4-piece, R&B type, group, The Neptunes, with friends Shay Haley and Mike Etheridge. They later entered a high school talent show where they were discovered by Teddy Riley, whose studio was next to Princess Anne High School. After graduating from high school, the group signed with Riley. 1992-97, early career. Through working with Riley, Williams went on to write a verse and help produce for Rex Effect's 1992 hit, Rump Shaker. That same year, he also performed a small rap solo on SWV's second hit, Right Here. Williams and Hugo met rap duo Clips in Virginia Beach in 1993, where they were signed to Arista Records through Williams' Star Trek Entertainment imprint. In 1994, Hugo and Williams had established themselves as a production duo under their old name, The Neptunes, and assistant-produced Tonight's the Night from Blackstreet's self-titled album. Over the next 3 years they continued to produce occasionally, and some of the results had little resemblance to the Neptunes sound later. However, some like Mrs. 1997 song, Lookin' at Me, from his album Harlem World, and the most definite beginning of the distinctive Neptune sound, came with NOR's Super Thug, in 1998, reaching number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100, and gaining them widespread attention for the first time. In 1999, a mutual friend introduced Williams to Khalees, and their resulting collaboration produced her first album Kaleidoscope. 199820004, The Neptunes. At this point the Neptunes were gaining a wide fan base and audience. In 2000, they produced the song I Just Wanna Love You for Jay-Z's album The Dynasty, Rock La Familia, which released as the album's first single. The song's sound and success sparked the interest of maturing pop artist Britney Spears. Britney wanted to work with the Neptunes for her upcoming album, saying, "For this album I was really inspired by Jay-Z and the Neptunes. Those were the 2 people I really listened to." In 2001, Britney Spears released her album Britney featuring the lead single, I'm a Slave for You, which was produced by the Neptunes. The song was a defining hit in both of their careers, and it was the Neptunes' first time having helped create an album that debuted #1 in the Billboard 200. The same year, Nerd, consisting of Williams, Hugo, and Haley, released their first album, In Search Of. In Europe, where the first Khalees album was better received, the album sounded very much like their previous production work. The group decided that they should make their work as Nerds sound different, and re-recorded the album with the rock band Spy Mob. Then in 2002 their reproduced album was released worldwide, and the Neptunes reached #1 in the US with Nelly's single, Hot In Here. In August of the same year, the Neptunes were named Producers of the Year at both the Source Awards and the Billboard Music Awards. Clips released their commercial debut album Lord Willin' in August 2002. The album started at #1 on the Billboard Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums chart and #4 on the Billboard 200, fueled by its first two singles, Grindin' and When the Last Time, which peaked at #34 and #19 respectively on the Billboard Hot 100. The Neptunes released a self-credited album called The Neptunes Present Clones in 2003, with songs and remixes from various artists. This topped the US Billboard 200 albums chart. The Neptunes and Williams specifically were also kept in public eye largely due to ties with Jay-Z, producing several hit singles for him and 2 tracks on his The Black album. The track, Frontin, was a big hit. A survey in August 2003 found the Neptunes produced almost 20% of songs played on British radio at the time. A survey in the US had them at 43%. The same year, the Neptunes remixed the Daft Punk song, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, for the duo's poorly received remix album Daft Club. The track also had a brief rap section performed by Williams. Nerd's second funk rock-oriented album, Fly or Die, released in March 2004. Williams' rock credentials were further bolstered by his appearance at the 2004 Grammy Awards, performing the beatless I Saw Her Standing There on drums with Sting, Dave Matthews, and Vince Gill. Williams received 2 Grammy Awards that night, one for Producer of the Year, Non-Classical, and another for Best Pop Vocal Album, for his work on Justin Timberlake's hit album Justified. They also gained their first UK #1, again with Nelly, and Flap Your Wings. In September 2004, Williams was featured on the Snoop Dogg single, Drop It Like It's Hot. The song would eventually peak at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 2 months later, marking Williams' first #1 single in the United States. The song was named Rap Song of the Decade by Billboard in 2009. In November 2004, Gwen Stefani released her first debut studio album Love, Angel, Music, Baby, which featured the song Hollaback Girl, which was also produced by the Neptunes. Hollaback Girl entered the Billboard Hot 100 at number 82 on the issue dated April 2, 2005, and within 6 weeks of its release, it had reached the top of the chart, becoming Stefani's first US #1. 2005-09, In My Mind. On September 9, 2005, Williams performed the opening single from his first solo album In My Mind, Can I Have It Like That, featuring Gwen Stefani. The single did poorly in the US, reaching only number 48. It fared better in the UK, reaching number 3. Between then and the July 25, 2006 release of In My Mind, he released Angel, and later, #1, with Kanye West. Several songs leaked to the internet before the album release, most notably, Mamacita, featuring Daddy Yankee, which was subsequently cut from the final version. That Girl, featuring Snoop Dogg, was the final single. In 2006, the Neptunes produced Clips's second album Hell Hath No Fury. Most critics labeled the album the Neptunes' best production in years, and put the duo back in the charts. A year later, Williams collaborated with Madonna on the song Hey You, which was available for download on the MSN website. 25 cents for each of the first 1 million downloads was donated to the Alliance for Climate Protection, in support of Live Earth. Later that year, Williams performed songs at the concert for Diana on July 1, 2007. On July 7, he performed at the Brazilian leg of Live Earth in Rio de Janeiro, a remix album of Williams' solo debut, In My Mind, titled Out of My Mind, was recorded with his newly formed band, The Yeses, featuring Questlove of The Roots, and was produced by Questlove and keyboardist James Poyser. However, Williams' record label Interscope Records did not think that the album would sell well and subsequently was shelved. The album has built up a strong fanbase asking for its release. The tracks started appearing on Questlove's MySpace, and with every 10,000 plays, a new song was made available. As of July 4, 2007, the full CD has leaked onto the internet along with 2 songs not featured on In My Mind, a remix of Mamacita and Creamsicle. Williams produced Beyoncé's version of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. He then wrote the Neptunes produced Why Should I Be Sad on Britney Spears' 5th studio album, Blackout. He also produced 2 songs from the Hives album, the Black and White album, titled Well Alright and THEHIVES in April 2008. Madonna released her 11th album, Hard Candy, which featured vocals from Williams and production from the Neptunes on several tracks. In June, an article in NME revealed that Williams was very interested in producing the Strokes' 4th album. Later that year, Williams worked on a remix album for Maroon 5's Call and Response. Williams continued working with a variety of artists, including Shakira on the songs Did It Again, Why Wait, Good Stuff and Long Time for her 6th studio album, She Wolf. In September 2009, Williams was credited as a co-writer and producer of the song Fresh Out the Oven for Jennifer Lopez. It was released as a buzz single from Lopez's 7th studio album Love. The following month, Williams made a guest appearance on French rapper Ruffy's first album, which arrived in early 2010. In late 2009, Williams worked with the rapper Game on his 4th studio album, the Red album. 2010-12, Despicable Me and collaborations. In July 2010, Williams composed the soundtrack to the movie Despicable Me, produced by Hans Zimmer and recorded with the Hollywood Studio Symphony. In October 2010, Williams and his group Nerd supported Gorillaz on their Escape to Plastic Beach World Tour. On the tour, Damon Albarn recorded a song with Williams, but this was not featured on Gorillaz' album, The Fall. The following month, Nerd released their 4th studio album Nothing through Williams' label Star Trak. In late 2011, Williams worked on 3 tracks for Mike Posner's 2nd album Sky High. In 2011, Williams collaborated with singer Adam Lambert, co-writing 2 tracks for Lambert's album Trespassing, which was released in May 2012, including the title track and Kickin' In. He has also collaborated with Pittsburgh rapper Mac Miller on the Pink Slime EP. The first track, O'Narrel, was followed by Glow. It was produced by Williams, with vocals from Mac Miller. Williams composed and produced the music for the 84th Academy Awards alongside composer Hans Zimmer. He also collaborated with Miley Cyrus on her album Bangers and composed the new intro music for Chelsea Lately in 2012. He later contributed 4 tracks to the Game's California Republic mixtape called When My Niggas Come Home and It Must Be Tough. Produced 2 tracks on Usher's 2012 7th studio album, Looking for Myself, titled Twisted and Hot Thing. Collaborated with Mika on his new track, Celebrate. Co-produced the tracks, Sweet Life and Golden Girl, from Frank Ocean's debut album Channel Orange, and is working with Solange Knowles on her 3rd studio album. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?